DIY projects. I mean, what's better than someone asking, where'd you get that? And being able to say, I made it. Designer Kasia Waloszcyk is here to show us how we can DIY one of the hottest decor trends for a fraction of the price. Hey!
Hello!
Oh my gosh! So Kasia and I go way back. We went camping together, and I think neither of us were prepared for camping.
No, because it was an actual adventure.
Yes.
We had real camping backpacks.
Yeah.
Not cute little ones.
No.
Massive ones.
I also thought they'd be stuck with paper. It was pots and pans.
Pots and pans, food, camping gear.
Yeah.
And we hiked for, honestly, it felt like days. Days and days.
Our good friend Owen really put us through the ringer.
Yes.
And so we go way
now
back.
we're here.
Yes, and now we're here. Thank you so much for coming. So what are you showing us today?
Oh my gosh, Mary, today we are doing one of my favorite DIYs, and I say this all the time, but this is truly one of my favorite.
Okay.
We are talking aged vessels.
Ooh.
It is the hottest trend right now. All the designers are using and incorporating aged pottery into their decor. You can see from the images that I ended up selecting. It really adds this nice, warm feel into a space, and it's all about mixing old and new. Now, these pottery vessels come at a very high-ticketed price. You're looking at $200 to $300 starting and up.
That's my face too.
Right?
No.
Right? Who's gonna spend that? Who's gonna spend that? Well, today, Mary and I are gonna do them for under 20.
I love that. Yes. All right, so what are we starting with?
We are starting with your actual vessel, your actual vase that you're gonna use. So Mary, you have a picture, and what I wanna show is you can literally use anything. Don't look at the design.
This does not look antique.
Right? It doesn't at all. You've got a pretty little pattern here. You've got some colors that probably don't go with your home decor. Yours even has a ribbed effect on it. Don't worry about it. Look at the size, look at the opening, if it's going to fit your faux stems. Focus on that. I, for example, have a glass jar. I really like the shape of it, so this is gonna work for me.
Amazing.
After that, what you're gonna need is this. This is sheetrock, otherwise known as drywall compound. This is the main tool that you're gonna need to create this pottery. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna mix this with water. Follow the instructions on the back. It's typically 3 parts compound, 1 part water.
Okay.
We already have it mixed right here, Mary. So you can swirl it around. So you want a really nice consistency on it. You want this to look like that. You don't want it to be too runny, but you don't also want it to be too thick.
It's like a buttercream.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I feel like mine's a little thicker than yours.
A little bit, but
Yeah.
it's okay. That just means yours is just gonna give a little bit more texture, and I may just have to apply a few more coats. The beauty about this is you cannot go wrong with it. There's nothing incorrectly that you can do in order to achieve this look. So
I like that.
That's a winner. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab these gloves.
Okay.
No tools required for this. That's another plus, because I hate investing in tools and then only for one DIY project.
Yes.
To never have to use them again.
No, they end up in the dump in your garage.
Right, and spending that money on it. So, glovies on.
Okay.
And what we're gonna do is we are just going to dip in.
Hands?
Right in there, Mary.
Okay.
We're gonna dip in and then smooth it. Look at this.
Oh, this is
Right?
Oh, this is nice.
Smoothing it on. So Mary, if you look with yours is thicker than mine. And see what it does? It actually fills in all the ribbed little designs in the actual picture.
Oh,
so
cool.
if there's something that you don't like about the picture, for example, the indentation, you can actually build it up by adding in a little bit more of that clay to it.
That is so cool.
And
also, this is a delight to do.
Isn't it fun? So all you do is just cover the entire picture, the entire vase. With this, you can go side to side, up and down.
Oh,
you can
cool.
swirl it around, and then simply let it dry.
Okay.
So the compound that I'm using, if you are buying it in the store, has a 20 on it. That means this dries within 20 minutes. So you're gonna have to work fast. There are other ones that say 60 or 90. If you don't feel comfortable working with the 20, opt for one that gives you a little bit more drying time.
That's a good tip, though. I'm not gonna lie. Anytime I do a DIY, I'm always like, let's get it done.
Right.
Yeah.
I love getting it done fast and moving on to something else. Who's got time, right? So now, once this becomes dry, they look like
Oh,
this. There we go.
that looks great.
Doesn't that look better already? So mine is glass, like the one that I was working on here, Mary, and yours is an actual picture that had a beautiful pattern on it. At this point, if you feel there's stuff that you need to fill in, simply add more, let it dry again. Or if you're happy with it, what you can do is grab a fine sanding sponge. I really like these, the ones that have like a little corner in them, just so we can get into the crevices.
Oh, smart.
And you definitely want to go fine with this. If you go with something coarse, you're going to leave all these marks behind. So do a 120 to a 180 and give it a light sanding.
What does 120 and 180 mean?
It just means it just means the wallpaper, the sanding sponge is finer.
Oh, cool.
So 120, 180 is the finest, then you can get into a 220. If you go with something that's 60, these little grits here are much more coarse.
Got it. Okay, cool.
So you're gonna give it a beautiful, nice sanding, sand down anything that you don't like just to give it a nice, smooth finish.
Cool.
And then onto the good stuff.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
We're gonna paint it.
Oh,
so
fun, okay.
I'm gonna put my other glove on right now because we are gonna be using our hands yet again.
Okay.
Oh, Mary, well.
I'm gonna go lefty on this one and let's see how this goes.
Okay, are you sure you're okay to do that? Do you want this one?
No,
Okay.
I'm amped.
So we're gonna start with our base coat. So Mary, if you see here, I've got 5 different colors of paint. I ended up picking something that's very neutral, that's very earthy, so it mimics pottery. It looks like something that was sitting out somewhere at the Colosseum or somewhere in the ruins of some European fantastic country.
I love this.
So focus on your color. You're gonna do your base.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with, say, this one here.
And this is the story time where we tell ourselves a tale of where we found this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where did you find this? So start thinking, well, I picked this up at the Colosseum, and this was aging for hundreds and hundreds of years, and millions of people walked past it. As you tell yourself this story, you're going to start to get more creative with the paint.
I love that.
Right?
Yes.
So as you're doing your base coat, now I do want to point out too, use chalk paint for this. It's latex, it's water-based, but the chalk paint doesn't have a sheen to it, so it's actually really going to help you mimic the look of pottery. Now, once you have your base coat on, you go in for the fun stuff. So you're going to take paper towel. Again, use what you have around the house. No need to invest in a sea sponge or anything like that.
sea sponges are for baths.
There you go.
Yeah.
Use it for that. Wet it a little bit so it's a little bit wet, and then start to apply that story to your pottery. So because this vase was sitting in the earth, it was covered by soil.
Archaeologists just uncovered it.
Right? So
yes.
obviously it's gonna look dirty. It's gonna have brown around the edges. But then near the top, perhaps there's some white because it was peeking through, seeing the sun. And Mary, once you're done with it, you get this.
That's what these look like?
That's what these are.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious.
Those, did you make those?
I did.
Oh my gosh.
I made all 3 of them.
Those are beautiful.
Put them in groups together, think about scale, do larger ones mixed with smaller ones, think of the sizes, think of the shapes. The one thing I do want to point out with this is because this is water-based, do not put real flowers in it. Use this for dried stems, decorative stems. And do not, I repeat, do not, once you're done washing this and you need to wash it off, do not put this down your sink because you will clog up your pipes.
Got it.
Dispose of everything nicely and neatly in the garbage.
I love that, and I love this because you can't even kill the flowers.
There you go.
They're already dry. This is absolutely beautiful. I love. You could even do this with a peanut butter jar.
There you go.
What a fun. Kasia, thank you so much for dropping by. This was amazing. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.